Wow. So we had to take a break there because my camera is on the fritz, but we're back. And I'm doing this. I've turned Rizzo around. I got that first arm done, the front one, but that's okay. I can do this one for you next. But let's go ahead and get this right back side done. Again, I'm starting partially up on those. You can see I have a better angle because I'm able to work a little quicker here. That's how you can tell. Again, I'm pushing the Achilles out. We're just going to move a little quicker here than we were because of our glitches this morning and our holdups over this camera. Now all that's, of course, you know, once again, I can come back through here and do this real quick, but you know I'm shaving that, and I'm shaving that, so I don't really want to waste time there. I'm going to hold the tail down, I'm going to round it out right through here. This is not real technical. It's a military cut. It's what I call a military cut. I don't know if anybody else does. Okay, up this leg. Again, follow that grain against it. That way you get this cut done a little quicker for yourself. Coming up through here, what I am going to do is go to this front arm in case our camera fritzes out again. Go ahead and get this one, Nelson. Partially up again on those teeth. Okay, hold it firm, hold her paw firm. Remember that does she have one? Yeah, she's got a dew claw. Remember that dew claw. Put your finger on it, hold it down so you avoid catching it in the, right? You want to avoid catching it in the teeth of this clippers. Can you see okay what I'm doing, Nelson? Okay. Okay. I want to come up this way. I don't have a real great angle on her, but we're filming. Okay, I'm going to hold it up like this, Nelson. I'm going to go under. Get yourself always cordless clippers. You'll appreciate that big time. Not messing with a cord. A 16, 12-foot cord in your way. I'm not sure what you keep doing that for. Why do you do that? Just tell me why. What, you want me to move or something?
I thought you said you wanted to. Yeah.
I mean, just let me know if I need to move in a certain direction. I'm just coming up this way now.
No, I'll move around you.
Okay, we're going to keep on coming. They kind of want her to have a schnauzer face. This is just what I'm hearing because I don't have a picture to go on. Going under here again, remember. Now listen, if you need to get under there a little bit better, let me get this hair out of the way. We can lift her. Look here. So you can lift her. You can get these sides easier. Shoot, sorry. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'll have to unharness her first. She bootied up. And she's wanting to give me love, and she's adorable. Rizzo. All that will get, sorry. I'm sorry. Turn her like that. Let's get this. So now that I've got her about where I want her here, and I need to get that back done. Alright, settle down. Let me go ahead and un-booty her. These are really nice straps. You can get these online. I don't even know if you can get them like this anymore, but if you can, these are the best ones to have, these metal sliders. They last longer than any of the rest of them I've found. Okay, so I'm going to lift her up like this. This way I can get these grooves right here. And that skin's already stretched out taut for me. I can just follow the edge of it on up so that I don't catch. You want to avoid that flap right there, because you can literally get that caught in between these teeth and tear that flap all the way up. Okay, I'm going to sit her back down. Oops. Come around this way. You got it. All right, Nelson. She's coughing because she kind of strangled herself a little. Okay, I'm going to come around like here. As long as you got control over your dog, over the dog on the table, you can get your job done pretty quick and easy and painlessly, right? Grooming should be a fun experience. There's just another way to get this. Okay, I'm just showing you yet another way. Stretch it out. Get it like that if you want. Get that a little better. I am going to get the inside of her foot a little. And there's, you know, if you didn't want to shave and you wanted to just get it this way, you could too. If you wanted to bring that fur down like that, you could. And that works too, so we can do that. That looks pretty good. It was easy to get through. Let me get this inner foot. Okay. We've got her pretty close to where we're going to shave her anywhere back there. So let's come on up here. I can lift that arm. Come right on up there. Get that out of the way. So again, we're going to shave her underarm, so we're not going to mess too much there. Hang on, girl. Hang on, Rizzo. Okay, so what we're doing today is a reverse military cut. The only difference between a military cut and a summer cut and a puppy cut, I've told you this before, is the size of that guard blade you're using. That's it. So a military cut, these are wall metal guard blades. They're called detachable guard blades. They don't snap on, they don't clip on, they're durable, they're really good guard blades. They're metal, so they have rounded tips. They're not like the plastic ones that are really sharp. So always get your metal ones. This is a number 4 purple metal wall guard blade. I'm using a number 30 blade so I can cut quick. I want to be able to get through this. It's dirty fur. I don't want to wash it and clean it and dry it first and then try to do this, get it out of the way. I might as well just get it out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my guard comb to my clean 30. Spray it a little bit. And I'm going to start like I always do. Get yourself on a regular method, on a regular motion, so that you always stay on track. I'm going to start at the back here. I'm going to go reverse. A reverse cut, what that reverse does for me is it takes it down as low as it can get it and cleans it up so it's got a nice clean cut. Now watch, I'll show you the difference between a reverse and now here at the toes. Start about halfway up your guard blade, partially up, no matter, so you miss those nails, so you avoid the nails. We're going to come, I'm going to keep that blade, again, I want to keep my guard blade flat to the skin, so, and I'm going to push out on that Achilles from the inside. I've got my finger on the inside, and I'm pushing out on that Achilles. Now, I'm going to go ahead and run up her body. I want to show you the difference between going the opposite direction and the same direction. Let's just say her fur laid in a way that it was real wavy, thin and wavy. If it's thin and wavy, I'd go the same direction. I get a nicer lay that way of the coat. But going in the same direction with this fur, I'll show you the difference here. Now I'm going to have to do this several times to even get it even. Even if I used a comb or a brush or whatever. See all that? They want it as low as possible. I'm going to actually go in reverse because, like I said, I'm going to get a closer, cleaner cut the first time. Look at the difference. Now that's not dragging her fur. It's not hurting any type of those little muscles for the hair or anything like that. This does not damage the fur at all. This doesn't damage the skin. Nothing. It's just a great way to cut. So I'm going to go back here to the back again. I'm going to bring it up. Now the insides of the legs, I'm going to shave those because she's a shortcut anyway, and most of the time you're going to want to shave the insides anyway because it's hair that is not seen, but it gets messy. So you smell it, you just don't see it. I'm going to go down. I'm coming with whatever the direction of that fur lays, that's the way I want to go against it. So I can get a nice clean cut that first time. Now I can generally get this cut done well enough that I'm not going to have to do an after cut, a post cut. But even if I did do a post cut, it would be a lot quicker. So we've gotten her up through there. I'm keeping her on a little booty strap here because she'll bounce all over my table otherwise. She's new to me. I've never groomed her before. So So I'm going to just go ahead and keep moving up this direction. Like I said, all that's going to get shaved. That inner part's going to get shaved. This, I'm going to shave all that back there, so there's just no point in me doing double the work. I'll certainly notice where there's hair left, and I'll know that that's areas that I need to shave. Now we're going to go up to this front paw. Sometimes I'll get the whole back end done on both sides and then move to the front, but since we're filming and I want to be able to get this on film for you, again, I go both directions on these legs because, and hold her firm so she starts bouncing around. Just tighten your grip a little so she knows you're in control. That's real important for her, for the dog on the table, that they know that you've got this under control. They sense that and they'll let it be most of the time. Then we're going to go up under here. Again, these underarms, I'm going to shave them. So I'm not even going to mess with anything under these arms. I don't have to, because I'm using a guard blade, I don't have to keep cleaning and cooling my blade. You know, my blade, that's nice, that number 30, I don't have to do that. So as long as I'm moving easily through her fur, I know I don't have a lot of fur lodged in here, but if I wanted to, I could just stop and look. If it was dragging on me, you can literally see through there and see where the fur is, right? Can you see that, Nelson? Mm-hmm. Okay, so just push your guard blade forward and unattach it, remove it. Get a toothbrush, any old toothbrush from home. You really need a firm one, I'll be honest with you, so that it can get in these grooves. And just brush that out. My blade, of course, is hot, but it really doesn't matter with the guard blade on it, but I will cool it just because it's going to glide easier for me. And then the second thing I'm going to do, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show you, but I just clipped it on the back. Pull it forward and snap it into place. You'll want to make darn sure you've snapped it properly. I used to break blades all the time because I was in a hurry, so I started slowing down because of the blade itself. If your guard blade is not attached properly and the blade catches, it'll break the tooth on your blade, and that's going to either ruin your blade altogether, depending on where it broke at, or it just slows you down, right, because you're missing a tooth. And that's a pretty big deal. Let me get my trash bag ready real quick. Rizzo. This is Rizzo, by the way, and Rizzo is a Schnauzer Shih Tzu mix, I think. So I don't know what you call that, a Schnauzer Shih Tzu mix. A Schnitzu? I don't know, but anyway. Let's go back to this paw here, Riz. Coming back up it now. Your paws are always, like I said, it takes extra to get a paw done. So here I'm going to hold her again. Start partially up on these teeth so I miss her claws. You can pull that fur up also. But I don't want to keep messing with that, right? Come back. I like holding my clippers at the head a lot. Okay, so listen, I really apologize. Our camera was going out on us again, so we got to do this in clips and phrases, kind of. But so her body's done, right? The military cut. But what I had to do without being on camera, sorry, was to do her head real quick because I didn't know we were going to get camera back. So all I did was came up, because they want her to have a Schnauzer head. All I did was came up like this with my military. I came up through here, right? I brought all that in, all the way to the edge with the Schnauzer. I should want that Schnauzer look, so I'm going to bring it straight down. Everything good? And then onto the other side. I've already done this, so sorry. But that's how we did that. Now, through the back over the ears, I just went straight down her ears. But I'm going to show you now what I did after that on this shave, because I'm going to come around this way, Nelson. I'm going to pop my 30 off. I'm going back to my 10. And what I did was came underneath of her arms, each arm, and I shaved it. I did that on each arm. I went down a little bit. I shaved it down a little bit. I went on the inside of her ears, Nelson, and I pulled that out. And I shaved down with just the tips pretty much of my 10. I'm going to bring that out to the edge of her ear. Even if they want to keep extra on it, I'm still bringing that out to the edge so I can get rid of that underneath fur and get that dried easier that way. Let me see, I came down her eyes here. I also came up through here. I held her eyebrows apart. Came up through here a little bit. And just shave that out of the way like that. Use the corner of your blade. Come on down like that, right down the nose. That's all I did there. I also came through her corners and I scooped those out on each side. I scooped those. Okay, I did each underarm, then I lifted her up. I was in the process of getting all this when our camera started again. So I'm just going to take my 10 again, go right on down. If you just use the tips of your teeth, it's just a lot safer. Hang on, let me lift this strap up some out of your way. Hang on, Rizzo. Coming down that way, just the tips of the teeth. Keeping all that out. So we got all that done. Then I got around here to her rear end. Of course, we did that sanitary. But now where I'm at with her is this tail, because they want to keep the tail and it's really matted. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I can feel the mats. I already went in there with my thinning shears. And I just kind of just took a couple little whacks at it, because I don't want to lose her tail. I don't want to lose it. But I do want to loosen up that mat in there for my next job, which is what I call the Freddy Krueger. One of these days I'm going to get the name of that, and we're going to do a walkthrough on my mobile anyway, but I'm going to get that through. These things are like razor blades. So I'm going to kind of just come in and take a swing at it. I've got to get that broken up to be able to keep it, and I'll be honest with you, I'm tempted to just get rid of that, because you can see she's clearly not getting groomed often enough to keep up with that, and nobody's keeping up with it. And so it would probably be best for her to take this down some. And it's just so uncomfortable for her. I don't have it in me to keep doing that to her. Even this won't get through it. So that tells me I don't want to try that anymore. I'm going to go ahead and I want to do this with thinning shears if I can. And that's even tough. So let's go back to this, because she's going to lose part of this tail. We're going to go ahead and bring that down like that a little. I'm going to have to blend her tail up to figure out what to do here now, because she's getting done a little differently than they had planned. But I also don't want to keep fighting with that, and for her sake and for their sake, and always make these suggestions to customers. You know, you have to think about the lifestyle and the environment, and so she clearly, Rizzo here, is, you know, lives in a, you know, where she doesn't get a lot of attention to this tail. So let's just get rid of some of it. We can keep part of it, so we'll meet the owner halfway on this. Is what I'm doing. I'm going to meet her halfway. And this will do great justice for them and the dog. So especially Rizzo the dog, because she has to live with this tail that no one else has to pay attention to. I'm going to use a comb now. We're just spending a little extra time on this tail because they want to keep it, and because I want to show you what can be done. This is kind of a tough way to do it. Honestly, I could just... Oh, man. I don't even think I'm going to do her tail on film, I'll be honest with you.
Bruh.
Oh, shit. Really? Look at this. I mean, let's try it again. Just feather it in.
Just keep talking and going.
So I'm going to hold my fingers on the bone of her tail so I don't catch it. And I'm going to angle this in. And it's going to still look really good. It's just not going to be exactly what they wanted, but, you know, be sure to talk to customers all the time and find out what's best for their lifestyle. So that's how much of that tail she lost, because that was just too matted for me to fight with or try to condition and get through it. I would use a whole bottle of my spray conditioner trying to get through that. My detangler, and then pulling on her tail the whole time. That's just terrible. So this is not a very fancy tail anymore. I gotta tell you, Nelson, there's no way I'm putting this on fucking